Hello everybody, so today I'm reviewing Under the Skin. Under the Skin is based on this book of the same name by Michelle Faber, and this film is directed by Jonathan Glazer, who last directed Birth in 2004. He hasn't done a film in 10 years, and before that he directed Sexy Beast. Sexy Beast is a brilliant film. I've not seen Birth, but I will probably check that out at some point. Under the Skin stars Scarlett Johansson, and the story is, I don't know how to explain it properly because I don't want to ruin the film, but the story is, because online already the story is there and you've sort of been told the story of other things online. It's about an alien who is seductive to people and sort of takes them back to a place, and it's to prey upon these people in this world and whatever. It's set in Glasgow, in Scotland. It's really, really nice things filmed in here, and Jonathan Glazer has not made the film in 10 years, and I really, really hope he does not stop now. Under the Skin is a sci-fi and a horror and some other sort of things. It's incredibly experimental film. I saw the trailer for this back in 2013 at Fright Fest when he bought the trailer to show everyone, and then back then I looked at it. I was sort of very intrigued by it because it's a very weird trailer. It has very weird things going on. You're sort of intrigued to know what the true story of this film is. I sat down in the cinema, and straight from the opening shot and just from everything that the opening does when the title comes up, the opening is just took me in straight away. Just the opening was very mesmerizing. You were watching these weird things go on, and there's this weird like colors appearing on the screen. It's one of the best science fiction experimental films I've seen in a long time. Many people have compared this to Eraserhead, and I can sort of agree with that because of the many weird things this film does. There's one moment where it just was so crazy and weird that I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but this film is incredible. It is beautifully shot. I do not want to spoil this film today. Many people were telling me there was something disturbing about this film, and yes, there is something very disturbing about this film, and at the end I walked out and this film has just stayed in my mind since then. There's something that you see that just stayed in my mind, and I was just thinking this whole time. This film gets darker and darker, but takes you to some very weird places, but it's so fascinating and amazing and just so mesmerizing, like I said. And Scarlett Johansson takes on her character so incredibly well and makes it so very believable that you don't feel any of this is fake or anything, and you can believe this weird character that she is meant to be playing, because she's just a woman that's just, talking to these guys, and these guys are just seeing this beautiful woman who's just talking to them normally, and all these weird things are happening. I heard that many things of this were very improvised as well, because I know there wasn't a script apparently on points to this, and you could tell on some points, and apparently there wasn't there was hidden camera on points, and you can see the hidden camera scenes in points to this. There's a hidden camera point that I thought worked so well because of it being hidden camera, and apparently I just thought that was very natural, and all these hidden camera scenes work well for the film and don't feel really out of place and work with everything that the film does. It also has a really, really incredible soundtrack. The soundtrack just takes you right in. It's this really crazy soundtrack, but it works so well. It's so well put together and works so well on screen. This has incredible imagery, really, really well shot. It's incredibly beautiful. Some people will really not like this and think that it's not a film or something, because I know some people have been like, this isn't a proper film, it's just experimental, stupid stuff. No, this is how cinema was years ago, and it's nice to see something that felt like it was from back then, felt like when Eraserhead and stuff was around, when experimental film was sort of happening and it was getting very big and people were really taking it on. And it's just nice that this year I've already felt like the films that were from so long ago are making a return, and cinema is getting back to its proper roots and being great and amazing again. And I'm loving the films that are coming out. Like 2013 had a really good year for films, and 2012 though was a pretty shit year for films, but had still some great films. 2014 for me has already had better films than those 2 years, and I know that's something big to say. Under the Skin is one of those incredible films. Scarlett Johansson is so incredible, believable, really, really well acted. She's just so believable for this character, and just works incredibly well as it. And with it being unscripted or whatever, it works so well and took me in completely. I was not bored. I was just mesmerized and interested the whole time, and I wasn't quite sure what was really going to happen. You know, when you can watch a film and you can sort of be like, I know how this is going to end. The whole time in my head, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. It was just amazing. It gets a 10 out of 10, a straight 10 out of 10 for me. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's mesmerizing. It's beautifully shot. It's one of the best experimental science fictions we have had in a long time. And yes, it can be compared to other stuff, but compared to other great stuff, and is something that is really, really great in cinema, and one of the best like sort of cinema experiences I've had in a long time. And it reminded me of many other films that I saw when I was first at college and stuff, and I was seeing all these sort of experimental things, and I was just discovering experimental cinema and stuff, and it's just nice to step back and go back to that and see it in 2014 now, and it's really, really great. And this film, I really, really suggest you check it out. If you want a different cinema experience that will take you right in and will have your interest the whole time, then really check this out. If you're into sci-fis, if you're into experimental cinema, you will really, really love this. And Jonathan Glazer, has made an incredible film right here, and I really, really hope he carries on and doesn't disappear again for another 10 years, because I can tell that if he does carry on, he's gonna make some really great experimental, weird, but absolutely brilliant films. I don't have anything bad to say about this. Under the Skin is amazing, and that is all I have to say today. If you've seen Under the Skin, say down there if you enjoyed it. It comes out in America next month, so seriously, go out and see it. Or if it's out near you at the moment, go out and see it for a brilliant cinema experience. Thank you very much. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.